Great. So I'm putting us live on YouTube now. And just to present myself, I'm Sofia. I'm 25 years old. I'm from Minas Gerais, a small city, Ubá. And now I'm living in São Paulo. And I work as a trainee at Alpargatas. And I'm a host here since August 2020. So today we are going to talk about who are we better with, inspiring the music better together from Jack Johnson. So for I don't know, anyone is here for the first time. I'm seeing a lot of faces that I already know. So I think everyone.
I'm here for the first time. I have no idea how it works.
Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me.
Welcome to TNT. So this is a free space to talk in English, to practice English, and to meet new people. So we are here just to have a good conversation. This is not a class. TNT started in 2016. So since then we are doing this free space to talk in English, just to practice, to gather a lot of people who have the same purpose here. So that's why we are here. And I'm going to split us in small rooms so we can have a better conversation. And there, I just ask you to choose a leader to guide the conversation. And I'm going to send to you questions so you can get inspired to start the conversation. But you don't need to follow all the questions. You can create your own, but the questions are going to be here if you want to just read them and answer them, okay? So that's it. Do you have any doubts? I think we are going to see how it works when I create the rooms. It's just a conversation, and there's a lot of people here who has a long journey here on TNT. So I think we're not going to have any problems. But
long journey. It's a few, Paula. I don't know what to talk about.
No. Okay, so here are the questions. I'm going to create the rooms now. Just a minute.
Oh, don't worry. No pressure. Take your time.
Thank you.
And the song really fits with the moment, you know. I really like it. And I didn't realize that, you know, that, but really good. Really good.
So, okay, guys, I'm going to create the room. So I see you in a couple of minutes, and I will bring everyone back when 10 or 5 minutes are left, okay? See you. Some of you are going to stay here with me. So okay, so I think that's us. I want us to start presenting ourselves. So please, Roberto, can you start?
Yes, sure. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Roberto. I'm 25 years old. I live in Maringá, Paraná, and I study English because it's very important today if you want to work or do whatever you want. We need always English in our lives, but in the other hand, I like to study English, and I'd like to study other languages in the future. But first, I need to be a fluent person in English. But I think it's a cool thing. You see the other people speak I don't know, so beautiful English, and I mean, oh, I'd like to be like that person. So I study English because of it, and I like to be here in Cincy, and I hope you enjoy mainly Baldi too. And that's it.
Great. Thank you, Roberto. Cesar, please.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah. My name is Cesar Escobar. I am from Colombia, but I live in Sao Paulo. Well, I like to practice in sports like soccer, tennis, table tennis, basketball. Well, many sports. Running at the same time. Today is very difficult to maintain this life because it's impossible to play sports in a group. But sometimes I try to run in close to my house. I like to dance too, but today is very difficult too. Well, I am from Cali, a medium size city from Colombia. It's like the third city from Colombia after Bogota and Medellin. And I am materials engineer, sorry. Well, I finished my PhD 5 months ago, and I am here because I want to improve my English level, like Roberto and like you, I imagine. And that's it. Thank you. That's it.
You can dance at home. It's not difficult to dance at home.
Yeah, sometimes I try, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Great. And you, Baldin, what's your name? And welcome.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me perfectly?
Yeah.
Well, my name is Valdemir, but you can call me Baldin because everybody knows me by my surname, you know. I'm from south of Minas. You said that you live in a small city, but I think it's a small city if you compare. Because I live in a small city, 300 kilometers north from São Paulo, and we have 8,000 inhabitants here. The city is Monsenhor Paulo, but I currently work in Campinas. My profession is a pilot. I work as a pilot at Azul for a long time, for 10 years. And of course, I really want to practice my English because I need it in my profession. But I've been studying for a long time by myself and spent some time to discuss and looking for some people to discuss about. I find this group here, and I think it's nice to practice my English and grow up together. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure you're going to like it because this is exactly what you were looking for, I think, because we are just here to talk and have this practice that we don't have so much in Brazil, right? Because not so many people here talking English like our daily routines.
Yeah. I agree with you. That's it.
I want to ask you, Valdir, during your flights, do you have to talk with the passengers? For example, today is a good day to fly or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I usually do it when I start my flight every day, you know, because ladies and gentlemen, here the captain speaking. My name is Bodin. Things like that.
Oh, I
but-
miss flying. I miss flying so much.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Of course, you need to. We have a lot of problems nowadays because the COVID-19. I got COVID two weeks ago, and I finished my recovery today. You know, I feel bad for 3 days. 3 days, I felt very bad in the beginning, but I make a treatment, and thanks God, everything's all right. And I'm here in south of Minas with my family, but everything's okay. That's important for us. Life is important.
Yeah. And do you do like the the national flights and international, or
No,
both of
only
them? How?
only national flights. Yeah, my base work is Campinas. I start my work there and fly forever place in Brazil and finish my flight in Campinas. That's it. But I live in Minas with my family, and I used to usually go to Campinas by car. It's 300 kilometers and 300 kilometers back. Things like that.
Okay, great. Isa?
Hello, everyone. My name is Isabella. I am 25 years old. As Sophia, I work as a trainee in a food industry. I live in São Paulo, but since the pandemic, I am living in Itupeva. It's a small city very near to Campinas, as Aldin said. And what more? And I studied English for a couple of years, but I finished the whole course in 2015. So since then, I didn't practice very much. So I'm here to join you guys and be able to talk more in English. I think that's it.
Thank you, Isa. Tamiris, and you? Tamiris, are you there?
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, I'm here. My name is Samirs. I am 17 Asian. I'm new. Hi.
Okay. Welcome here. Oh, she left. Okay. So I think we can start with the questions now. And the first one is for you. What is a good relationship? Think about what do you think you like in relationships, not only like dating, but also friendships, like in general. What do you think it's good in a relationship? And please, Roberto.
Okay, guys. Wait a minute. Sorry, guys. I'm back now. Well, for me, I think it's very important for me in a good relationship when I have friends that help me in my life or my work, and I saw it a lot when I was in a college because sometimes we need to study a lot, and when we were alone, we can't study so much or doing your 100% in your study. So I saw that when we have a good friends that study and help you in in a simple things, it's very important for me. And after this, I see that a good relationship when we can count off with our friends too. We can talk about everything without I don't know, no problem to talk with them, even if we have different opinions, but it doesn't matter because we can understand the other opinions, and I think it's very important too nowadays because we can have a good conversation about uh, everything about whatever topics, and I like to talk different topics, and I think that's it for me now in English.
Great. And for you, Isa?
And for me, a relationship must have respect. Uh, it doesn't depend on the relationship that you have, and also be a two-way street relationship also. For example, there are some friends that I spend some time. I want to spend some time with them, much time, and they doesn't want to spend with me, for example. So I think when we have this kind of relationship, it doesn't work. So I think it must be a two-way street from both sides. And also love, that I think it's the base of everything. So you have sometimes to have something in common also, that you like, that you do, that you are, to make this relationship work.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And I think in the university was the place that I had like my best friends ever, because I think we share so many things in common and lived so many things together that we are very close today.
Yes, yes. And even the high school, I bring my friends with me since high school. So um, my some of my friends didn't go to the same university that I did, but if how can I say that? We still get in touch every time. So that I think it's one thing that um, we can do since this time, since this period that we brought to our lives actually.
Yeah, and other thing that can bring a lot of friends is sports, like, right, Cesar?
I totally agree with you and with Isabella too. But yeah, for example, talking about your idea, Sophia. Yeah, for example, here in Brazil, when I arrived here, it's 5 years ago, the first time when I start talking in Portuguese was with my friends, with my soccer uh, team friends, because yeah, they were open to me to share their life. They invite me to different places at the same time, share with their families. For me, sports are a good tool to know more people. And about this question, well, like Isabella said, respect. Because, for example, yeah, like social people, we want to share time. We need to uh, receive at the same time, give our help to others. But if you don't show respect for others, for example, when there are some people that are with you, but at the same time are in other place using their cell phones, it's not respectful. It's not very good. For me, it's very necessary this I don't know, attitudes to maintain a good relationship.
Yeah. And for you, Baldin, what is a good relationship for you?
Well, I totally agree with you, Sophia and Isabella, and of course, Cesar. Cesar came from Colombia, and my brother-in-law is came from Colombia too. He lives here in Virginia with uh, my sister. Okay. But for me, for example, a good relationship, it's very important when the people is trustworthy, you know. I think it's the people, reliable people. It's very important for in a relationship, for example, because for nowadays it's very hard. For example, I felt and felt very bad during this week, for example, because everybody, because I got COVID. Of course, I respect, you know. But if you contact you by phone, you have no problem. And I've I've I felt a little alone because my friends, some friends call me, oh, everything's all right with you, with your family. If you need some assistance, contact me. But not a lot of people, you know, that, for example, I know a lot of people here in my city, and I felt uncomfortable because of this. I think it's in this time, the people afraid to contact you or things like that, you know. But I think it's a good friends. Always when you need, they stay present to help you. Okay. In my case, for example, if everybody needs me, contacts me, doesn't matter the time, you know, I effort a lot to help all the time. I think it's the most important part for me. It's the people respect to other, of course, and is mainly reliable people, reliable, trustworthy people. Okay, that's it for me.
No, and
Sorry,
just
my
to
English is
add-
a little rust, but I tried.
It's awesome.
It's totally crazy to discuss about this. I never talked before, you know.
Yeah, it's different because we have to talk some different subjects that we are not used to.
But that's
But
nice.
that's
nice.
why we are here, right? So, and you are doing very good.
Okay.
And just to add something, I passed through something very strange with my friend when she got COVID, because it was like we are all very afraid of, not of her but of COVID, but we just wanted to keep distance, and she felt a little bad because we were in the same house, and me and my other friend like try to not come so close. And then she come and talk to us that she felt a little like alone because we just were keeping distance and we didn't talk about that while she was with COVID, because she left the house because she was not feeling comfortable here. And I remember that another thing that is very important in relationships is talking. Like we have to remember that we have to show how we are feeling, because sometimes the other person can't realize what you are feeling and you are not feeling so bad, so good about something. And just something that I remember here that is very important in relationships.
Yeah. In my case, for example, when I arrived here in my home, I isolate myself in a bedroom, you know. And of course, because I have two daughters and my wife here, and they stay in another place. I try to avoid to contact them, to avoid to spread the virus, for example, this disease to the others, of course. But it's hard. It's a hard time. For example, you spend 10 or maybe 14 days inside the bedroom. It's totally, my gosh, man.
Yeah,
It's like a prison. It's like a prison. Tomorrow I wake up very early and I will make I will no I will I'm going to do big trekking for 10 kilometers or 12 kilometers
Just to feel the wine and go outside. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I remember, for example, last year, the first 3 months during the pandemic situation, I stayed here in my apartment with my girlfriend, but here alone, we spent like 3 months just here, like in a prison. Wow, well, it was very difficult. Yeah, because after instead of add to the physiological problems, there are many psychological problems about this pandemic situation, because we are totally social people. And more here in Latin America, we need to share with others, with, I don't know, talk with your friends, dance, play different games. But now it's very difficult to maintain this life. Well, this is another problem with the mental issues about this pandemic situation is very, very hard.
Yeah, Torrian, without knowing, you just start to answer the second question. That is, what are you missing the most about the time we could gather together? And I think this is something that is everyone passing through. Like some of us don't even can be with our family, and others are like living alone in an apartment. And this is very hard to live like that. And just we don't have a a perspective of how this is going, of when this is going to end. And that's why I bring this question, because I think we are missing many things, and one of them is being around people and being surrounded of people, and people that we love and that is not living with us, and we can just meet them. So what are you missing the most, Baldin? You
Yeah.
you just spend a
Yeah, no, don't worry. In my case, for example, I'm missing a lot to go to my mother's house, for example, because especially now, I try to, of course, avoid to go to her house to avoid the spread this kind of situation, because I have no idea if I'm contaminated or not, But right now I have, sure. But tomorrow I will free, no more problem. But I try to avoid to go to my mother's house. I think it's this is a hard time to. This is we are missing all the time, in my point of view. Because, for example, you can't visit your friends, you can't visit especially if they older than me, for example. I try to avoid. I think that's it.
especially you that is working outside, like you
Yeah,
have to
yeah. In my
be
case,
in
for
contact.
example, I stay inside the airplanes all the time. I have a lot of people in the airports, because in the beginning of this pandemic, of course the flights. How can I say it for? But the company, for example, have few flights. For example, for everybody have an idea, in the last year, before the pandemic, we had around 800 flights per day, the number of the flights per day, and take off and land. And in the hard time, the pandemic, it's reduced to only 30, 40 per day. But right now it's back to normal, not normal, but this month, for example, we have around 300, 400, okay, flights per day.
I want to ask you, sorry, Baldim, do you know about the international flights here in Brazil? Brazil is
The
close to
most,
everywhere, or just
the most flights is closed, yeah, because the United States, for example, you cannot travel if you not live in the United States, for example, and Portugal is the same, if you live there, you can fly.
France too,
Yeah,
Colombia
France,
too?
and I think, for example, Azul, I have no idea, man, but right now we have no international flights. I think only few flights for the United
I
States, one or
I
two per
saw.
month. So
Sorry, Baljin, to
no,
cut
no,
you short,
okay.
but I read a article today saying about this, about the
Mhm.
flights that we have available abroad. I'm going to find that, and I will share with you guys in the chat.
Oh, nice,
Just a
nice, nice.
moment.
Mhm. But I think every company here in Brazil suspend her international flights because of this, because it's very expensive to put the airplane in the air, for example, and we have no passengers. For example, because it's a big cost for a company, for example, to maintain this kind of flight and have no passengers to pay for it. It's very hard. Okay.
Yeah, and you, Beth, I just forgot the question. What are you missing the most about the time we could gather together? Sorry.
No, okay, no problem. For me, I think we, for me, I have two ways to say. First, if we will talk about work, job, I what I miss the most is to be together with the other people, because I don't like to work in home office. I never like it because I need to see other people. I need to talk, not in piece in a notebook. I don't like it to be together, talking side by side, and I started to work during the pandemic. So I only know the people's virtually. I don't know how they are. So I it is the one of the things I miss the most. And if we talk about relationship, about friends, it's going out together to eat out or just to go and home with my friends to spend time together talking and so on. I think it's the two things that I'm missing the most in my job and my circle of friends.
Great, thanks. And you, Luisa?
What I miss the most, I think, is to be in contact with my friends and my family. I am a very extroverted person, and I always like to hug and give kisses and talk with everybody inside the room. So I think for me, it's the worst part to be away of them, especially my friends. And in this situation we are not getting out or doing different things, so we don't have any news to talk with them, so uh, it, it kind makes us to be very apart from each other, I think. But for me, I think is to have this contact, this physical contact with everybody that I love, especially my family. I have, thanks God, my four grandparents are li- live. I don't know, vivos, and
Nice.
I miss visiting them. They already took the vaccine, but every time that I go to my grandmother's house, I have to wear masks and be away from her, and she's very old, so sometimes for me I think I am losing time like that. Like it's been almost 2 years that we are in the situation, so it makes us crazy sometimes.
Yeah, well, this is very bad. I'm missing a lot my grandma as well, and I'm like very far from her. Like I'm living in São Paulo and she lives in Uba, and that's very difficult to me to go. I will not go there because I'm going to spend a lot of times in a bus, and I don't want to spend a lot of times in a bus in the see her. And also my baby cousins, they are so cute, and I'm not seeing them grow up. And I'm missing a
Yeah.
lot of them. It's very difficult.
Yes, it seems that we are losing a lot of things in life, but at the same time, nobody's leaving. Like no, everybody's in the situation, so it's not just us, right?
Yeah. I don't know if this is good or very bad.
Yes, we have to laugh to not cry, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Do you want to add something, Cesar, about this question?
Yeah, yeah. For example, for me, the thing that I really miss is the possibility to share time with my mother and my grandpa. Because they live in Colombia. I was the idea to travel this February to Colombia, but I canceled my flight because I figured out that there are many contamination or contagious here in Brazil, and I remember that I was reading about this new mm, I don't know, the new it's not the new virus, but the new evolution of the COVID virus. And I said, oh, yeah, I thought, oh my God, maybe not, because I know that during the flight, during the bus the transfer, or during all of this time in the airport, I could get this virus. And I was just imagining about sharing my time with my mother and my grandpa. He's not 93 years old, and I say, oh no, I prefer to stay here. I cancel my flight, but yeah, I really miss my family there. And well, but all of us we are suffering about this pandemic, and yeah, we are all together in this problem.
And how is the situation of COVID there in Colombia?
Well,
Is
it's
it
very
better than Brazil?
complicated. No, I today I suppose that here is the worst place today because well
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not sure, but here we have many problems, many contagions and many deaths per day. There is a little better, but today we figure out that there are like a tendency to increase the contagious and the death because of COVID. Because 2 weeks ago, we celebrate like a big a week, like a holiday week, is for religions. It's a holy week. I don't know if here is the same. Uh, and many people travel during this time and share with their families, and yeah, at the same time get the virus and pass to others and share to others. And today we are receiving this bad news about the results for these bad ideas during these 2 weeks, this week, sorry, holy week. Yeah, today is a like a we have like a bad tendency about coronavirus. Maybe, and today and this week there are some cities like big cities like Bogota and Cali that they have the idea to close like a lockdown like here in Sao Paulo. Yes. Yeah, today is like a bad situation too there.
Oh, very bad. And speaking about these new situations that we are living, that we have to maintain like virtual relationships, do you consider yourself a good virtual friend? Like, can you maintain yourself present even with the physical distance? I mean, I am talking about that because I have some friends that is not a good a virtual friend at all. Like, they really don't like to keep sending messages, and I understand because it's very different, and we spend all the time in front of the computer. So at the end of the day, many of us just don't want to see anything with this screen anymore. So what do you think about? Are you a good virtual friend, Isa?
Not so good because as I work the whole time until like 6 p.m. and I don't have so much time to talk about with them. And also my friends, I have some friends that works in a hospital and as work as a nurse and stuff like that, so they don't have time either. So we end up only talking once in a month, for example. Sometimes we send some WhatsApp messages, but very short messages. We don't speak too much. And when we have time, for example, in the weekends, we combinar. I forgot the word. We deal that we are going to chat by video, so we spend like 3 hours chatting, and the next time will be like 2 months later or 1 month later. So I do not consider me as a how can I forgot the word here.
A good virtual friend.
Yeah, a good virtual friend. I am not.
And you, Cesar, are you?
Well, I am like Isabella. I really like to share my time with my friends, but in this virtual situation, I don't know. I try just to test with my friends, but for example, call them and try to schedule like a virtual meeting is very difficult with my friends. Well, we try like we need to, for example, we need a month to prepare a meeting just for a night, for example, a Friday night. Yeah, but I really prefer the personal interaction. Yeah, for me it's very difficult to. Yeah, I try to test some friends, but it's not the same like the other way to maintain our friendship.
And you, Baldin?
I think it's time to Roberto talk right now. Because Roberto, it's too quiet, man. Sorry, just funny. I try to maintain myself in keeping contact with my friends. Of course, it's different when you have, for example, when you combine, when you arrange some barbecue on the weekend, for example, they come to my home, and nowadays we avoid a little bit about it. But sometimes I used to do it. Only few people. Oh man, come on. Go ahead, Robert. It's your time. Sorry.
Go on, Robert.
About you guessed about me. I am the opposite of Isa. I'm a very introvert person. I don't have the I'm not so good to start a conversation, so I prefer the people's come to me to talk. So yeah, I'm not talking a lot, as you can see, guys. But and answer the question, I think you know, but I'm definitely not a good virtual friend, not at all, because my friends jokes with me that sometimes I forget to answer the WhatsApp messages that I saw it was 2 days ago. So I answered 2 days after the message because it's not, yes. I think I'm not a good virtual friend, but because I don't know, I don't like to see myself on to semester because I think like everyone spends all day in the notebook. In my case, I spend all day in the same place here in the white wall in back of me. So I try to avoid to see my notebook and my cell phone after my work. So I don't know. I spend my time to see the environment, to see the other things, but not the. I don't like to keep in touch with the technology. I'm not. I'm never was a virtual person. I like to talk with one or two peoples, and when we have a lot of peoples in a chat, a lot of people talk at the same time, and I talk a lot of, if you can see, and I just listen, and I don't like it so much. So yeah, I prefer to talk and not using the computer, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I'm not a good virtual friend, not at all.
Okay, I think you have to call your friends to come to TNT. So here you're going to talk because we have a lot of bad virtual friends here. Call everyone to come to TNT. So this is the place everyone talks. Okay.
Yeah, I talk more with you guys in TNT than my friends.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, I remember that, like Roberto said, we used to share our time with our friend to escape to our routine because we are working. Yeah, we use our time. We are going to a coffee or restaurant, cinema, bar. But today we need to stay in our house, and the life continue in the at the same place. It's very different.
Yeah, and doing virtual happy hours. This is oh my God. Can't believe you are learning this.
Let's arrange some meeting here, drink some beer together.
It makes me more sad than happier.
Oh, this is very bad. Oh my god. Oh my god, I didn't see the time flies.
Yeah, we needed one more hour, I think.
Yeah. We are just in the third question.
Yes, we are quarantiners.
Okay, so I'm skipping some questions and going to anyone wants to choose a question or do another question? Help me here. We just have time for one more.
No, I'd like to say one thing. It's funny what you guys say now because you say you spend a lot of time now than your friends, and it's strange because we spend time now and speaking English, and neither even in Portuguese we spend a lot of time talking with your friends. So it's I do like to share it. For me, it's fun to hear about it. It's not common to hear every day for me.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so
how was the pandemic in your city? Sorry, go ahead, Sophia.
No,
Sorry.
go on, please.
No, I asked for Robert, for example, how was the COVID-19 in Maringá right now? Because another day I stayed in your city, and for example, I went to another place, to another city to to find a restaurant open. You know, it's really hard. How is the name of the city next to Maringá? Very next to the airport. I forgot the name.
Sarandi?
I think it's Sarandi. Yeah. I went to
Sarandi.
Sarandi to meet because Maringá, all the places closed.
Oh, I'm sad now about with with this news, but I I saw the news. The number was decreasing, so the some stories and the mall are open in the weekend now because in the past it was closed. So we can see now it's the scenario in Maringá was changing, but it's not the perfect situation in the past like the the fine of the last year. I don't remember, but it's better if we compare with when you stayed in Maringá, but I think it's not so good yet. And yesterday I was talking with my friends, and because I think we have a simulator about when you will receive the vaccine, and, and it said here in Maringá because in my age I will receive in the next 1.5 year. So I'd like to change to São Paulo because it's less than 1 year I will receive my vaccine. So I cry at the moment when I hear this news.
I think the government needs to invest more in vaccination because in the United States, for example, I have a friend there and they vaccinate everyone after 16 years, you know, the last week. Here we have a hard time for it. Sorry.
I was looking at this site. I don't know if you guys have checked it, but that shows when are you going to take the vaccine. And I looked at, and Minas and Espírito Santo are better than São Paulo there. Like in Minas, I'm going to vaccine in 5 months for now, and in São Paulo in 9 months.
Yeah.
I'm totally going to Minas.
Why?
No kidding, really?
I don't know why, but that's.
I think it's because the population. I think we have more people here in São Paulo, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't know how to say it, but as we have more people here, they should receive more vaccines here also.
Yeah.
I will go to São Paulo now. I
I'm
don't
going to
want to
send to
stay
you.
here in Maringá. No way. 1.5 years I will receive the vaccine. Come on, guys. No.
Check that in your city. How is going to?
Oh, I don't want now.
Okay, guys, so welcome back. We have a great time here. We just have time to achieve the third question, so we are talking a lot. How was in the other room? Leticia, how was it? 5
Oh,
questions.
it was really great there. Oh, me or the other one?
Go on. Let's
Sorry. Do you want to say something, Leticia? You can go if you want.
Our leader.
Oh no, I just want to say it was amazing. It was my first time as a leader. I really enjoyed it. I was very nervous. It was great. You guys, you are all great. It's always amazing to share our opinions and to discuss and to reflect about everything. It was really great questions. I really enjoyed all of the questions and this time with you guys. Really great.
Great, I'm glad to hear. So guys, I think we don't have much time, but I'm really happy that we have a great time here. I hope you come back. I hope you like it, Baldini, as it was your first time. I hope to see you here more times. And you are going to receive a feedback. I think you have already received it. Please answer it. I really read all of them. It's very important for us to know what we have to get better and what things we have to improve. And I think that's it. Good evening, everyone. See you. Goodbye.
See you
Bye
guys.
See ya.
Bye.
See you.
Everybody,
Bye.
bye bye.
Have a
Thanks
nice
for sharing your time
evening.
with me.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.